Deception. Sorry, she's got that fucking song stuck in my head.
Is that
Lion King 2?
Oh, okay.
It's the Scar song or whatever's Kubo. Can't remember his name. Scar's heir.
But he's also
to the throne of the... I'm sorry. Actually, there's a cold open. That's one of those movies, too, where it feels like they didn't watch any of the... didn't watch The Lion King. Have you ever seen Lion King 2?
Not since I was literally a kid.
Okay. Well, just a quick little synopsis. It's like star-crossed lovers, like you remembered, and they, blah, blah, blah. But she remembers them just being friends. We didn't finish it, but anyways. You meet the Outlanders or the Outsiders, and they're all just like lions, but they're all like Scar coloring, so they're like darker hair and whatever.
Yeah. They're the evil lions.
Yeah, the evil lions. And they're like this entire kingdom. And you're like, okay, so why did Scar have to get the hyenas in as his like soldiers if there's this entire just over here there's this entire sect of like Scar followers, and there's a lot of them too, like this entire army of lions that might be better equipped to fight other lions. Why did we have to...
I always took that as those lions were the ones that believed in Scar after he overthrew the throne.
So yeah, but it's like they're so radicalized that it feels like they were kind of in on the way they talk about like the main evil lioness. The way she talks about it is kind of like, oh yeah, we were all like for that the entire time and we had his back. And you're like, okay, well, where the fuck were you? Then also where the hyenas turned on him and ate him. You guys are, where were you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just funny. Anyways, that's the weirdest, most random cold open I think in a while. Lion King 2. Deception.
Was it Simba's Pride? Is that it?
I think so, yeah.
The Lion King 2.
And it's like double because about
Simba's pride.
Now he's the king, but his pride and joy.
And the pride of lands that he's taking care of.
Well, that's what I mean, like his pride.
Oh, I thought like his
and the pride lands.
Yeah.
So his pride, the pride lands, and his pride and joy.
Yeah.
Man, clever.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All right, let's do this.
This is Tommy.
Tom and Jacob's mixtape.
Welcome back. Hello.
Hello. We were wrong.
What?
It's not Ohio.
What?
It's Indiana.
Indiana?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Then,
yeah.
Wait, what?
I know. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
But then that's so Ohio also has a Columbus that has a lot of architecture stuff too.
And guess how close they are to each other?
Really close?
Yeah. No, Columbus, Ohio doesn't have anything about architecture. Columbus, Indiana does. There's just two Columbuses within driving distance of each other.
I know, but I thought that when I looked at, I thought I was looking at... Anyways. You didn't have to tell anyone that. You could have kept that for us.
I mean, I felt it would be fun for this right here.
Welcome back to TJ's Mixtape.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get back.
I'm multitasking. Welcome back to TJ's Mixtape. We are a movie review podcast. We talk about movies and who's in them. This is your first time joining us. We also play a game that if you played, we didn't. Sorry. We had a lot going on.
Yeah.
We play Connect the Stars. We picked two randomly.
It was supposed to be Jack Black to Kristen Bell.
Got it. We fucked up. And
we could try to do real quick on air, but I mean, that could always take...
That could take a while.
There's a lot of dead silence and we go,
Yeah. So I was going to ask, do you just want to redraw?
No, let's just keep
We'll keep them. Okay, so that'll be
Yeah.
Be the same. If you do the connection on one of our comments, we'll read it then.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't. But yeah.
So what's the synopsis of this movie?
Oh, I don't have a pen, so I didn't write it down. But to clarify, we're doing a through line. So we're just picking movie after movie based on co-stars. And the last through line was the cinematographer for...
The Voyeurs.
The Voyeurs. I'm forgetting her name now. I gotta look at it real quick.
Alicia Christian.
Thank you. Alicia Christian, who was the cinematographer on a movie called Columbus. Columbus is, for those who don't know, it's a movie about a man basically getting stuck in Indiana to take care of his comatose father and makes an unlikely friend in his time there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
I do think the specificity of him being a Korean man is a little important as well.
Yes. So a Korean-born man finds himself taking care of his, and I guess also his renowned architecture father.
Yeah.
That's because architecture is a big point in this.
Very, very big point.
Let's start off. Did you like it?
I did quite a bit.
I loved it.
It was one of those movies where the catharsis is very subtle.
No, dude, it is Columbus. The one I was reading was Columbus, Ohio.
That's crazy.
So there's also a big architect in that Columbus too. There's a lot of architecture too.
That's so weird.
That's so bizarre.
Columbus.
I was like, no, like I was like, because I even remember seeing the map, and I remember seeing the map Ohio, and it's like smack in the middle of Ohio.
And Columbus, Indiana, is like smack in the middle of Indiana.
That's so funny.
And yet they're like because Ohio and Indiana are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So like you can literally drive. Like I think it's probably the same amount of distance of like Spokane to Seattle.
That is so funny.
Right?
Weird. Well, you learned something.
Yeah. Right?
There's two Columbuses.
And this one is specifically Columbus, Indiana.
Yeah, and I'm assuming this one is like the Mecca.
Yeah,
because that was the thing is even when I was reading about the Ohio one, I didn't read anything specifically about that, like what they were saying.
Yeah,
but it was like there's a lot of architecture stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I don't know, maybe that's anyways.
Yeah,
and that's how misinformation gets spread. This time it was innocent. This was very innocent.
Well, I mean, this is all. Yeah, no, it's an easy misconception. Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Indiana. You know,
same part of the country, across from each other.
Yeah,
both have art. Because what was it? 179 historical buildings in their like national registry in Columbus, Ohio. So that's what I read. I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's a lot. Even David was like, that's a lot.
It's like this is like doing a book report or like an essay at school, and then you start doing it, and someone's like, that's the wrong city, and you're like, oh fuck. I just got to keep going. I
also realized too by us saying like, oh, it's got 179 historical buildings in the. We don't actually have a reference point to know if that's a lot or not. That may not be a lot.
That sounds like a lot.
Like how many do you think Seattle has?
Probably around no more than 200.
Anyways,
I thought you were gonna look it up.
Oh, I can't really. Yeah. I mean, so I'm sorry I derailed you. You were saying that you liked it, and I got distracted.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a great movie. The through line of the cinematographer is the most clear thing for this movie. There's so many shots watching this where it's like, oh wow, this is very much what they were doing in Voyeurs. But then you can definitely tell the influence of our director Kogonada and what he was trying to do. So it's like it was like this like cinematographer was like the perfect cinematographer for the film this film that he wanted to make. Yeah, so really quick, just background, I guess, for this. It came out January 22nd, 2017, released at Sundance, and then it was released theatrically very minimally August 4th in 2017 as well. It only made like 1.1 million box office. So.
Yeah.
But it was like an official selection at Sundance, and yeah, it's just absolutely phenomenal shot composition, visual narrative, and great performances. We'll get into that though. So yeah, are you trying to find out?
Well, like this says, Seattle has over 450 officially designated individual landmarks and over 225 properties listed on the National Register of Historic Places. So Seattle has a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess 100. So that's, I mean, the reference point.
And Seattle is what, maybe like the 5th largest metropolitan area in the United States?
Yeah, and it's got a lot of old buildings around.
Yeah, so like a town or a city like Columbus, which I would imagine to be maybe as big as like maybe Spokane or Tacoma.
Well, yeah, like even the Neptune is like 100 years old.
Yeah.
Like 105, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 179 isn't actually that much, I guess.
I mean, it is a lot, but it's...
Well, like, how many historical buildings in Columbus, Indiana? 574.
Holy shit.
So that's what I meant. Like, we don't actually have a reference for what that means. So that makes more sense for this movie that it's in Indiana, not Ohio.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm sorry. We're done. I'm done with that now. I just I needed to know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's just get into our writer and director.
Yeah. So our writer director, Park Jun-un, or known as, how'd you say it?
Kogonada.
Kogonada. The thing that really stood out to me the most was Severance.
I didn't see him as Severance.
He is director as Severance.
How did I miss that? That's crazy. Oh, well, I was looking at his Wikipedia. Because I saw After Yang, Zai, A Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Well, it's like on Severance 2, it's like it says, TV series director. It doesn't say episodes. Is he directing the entire thing then?
I don't know. That makes me want to go into what I found with him, because and his Wikipedia, I did not see Severance at all. Because I have.
Yeah, so it says the creator is Dan Eckerson.
I have for film Columbus, After Yang, and Big Bold Beautiful Journey, and Z, and television Pachinko and The Acolyte, 2 episodes. So on IMDb.
So here we go. On IMDb, he is credited for one episode.
He's going to be directing a future episode of Severance. He hasn't done any of them.
Ben Stiller did 11 episodes?
What? Ben Stiller and the director? What? No. Ben Stiller did 11 episodes? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is it showing Severance here on 2022, but it doesn't say it on his Wikipedia?
Oh, this is... Well, no. Kogonada says that it says it's 2027.
Yeah.
So I guess his is coming up? Like he's slated to do an episode?
Maybe that's what it is, yeah.
And that makes sense why it doesn't say how many episodes, because he technically hasn't done one yet.
Yeah.
But he's in the process of doing one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it. Still got to watch that. I love
we need Apple TV for that.
I love the random Ben Stiller shit. I mean, you can also get it on Amazon and stuff.
You have to pay it, though.
You have to pay for Apple, too. I guess you can watch more of Apple, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, then we get...
But yeah, Ben Stiller's career, his directing career, always makes me
it's just his creative career in general.
Yeah, he's just,
outside of his acting.
He'd actually be really fun to sit down and have a conversation with, just about the industry and his stories with it and everything. Because he's also one of those guys that's just worked with so many people.
Well, and he knows very much how to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And how to make it also funny, he understands comedy so much.
I'm trying to think. He kind of feels like one of those actors I've probably seen majority. I feel like I've seen majority of his popular things.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of putting on Meet the Parents the other day, and about 10 minutes into it, turned it off. I was like, this movie stresses me the fuck out. It really stresses me out. I got to the car scene where he's talking. Oh, I heard the geniuses pick green. He's like, oh, well. And then Rob De Niro's like, but you didn't pick it, did you? And I was like, I can't do this.
So that's Kogonada. It's nice to have a writer-director for the same one. Also, he's going to be our through line, but we'll just talk about that later.
Oh, okay. I was curious.
So let's get into starring. We got John Cho, who plays Jin with an N, not Jim. Very funny moment. He's in Star Trek, Harold and Kumar.
I forgot he was Spike. I forgot about that.
He's Spike in the new Cowboy Bebop live action that's already been canceled.
Mm-hmm. Netflix.
He was also one of the MILF guys in American Pie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at stuff, I saw a little clip of him in American Pie.
He's in all of them going MILF.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I mean, I also haven't seen those movies. I don't think ever as an adult. I
love them so much.
But
yeah, that's kind of where he kind of got his start. When I saw him in Star Trek for the first time, I was like, the MILF dude is in Star Trek?
I really love those movies.
The Star Trek ones?
I really do. I really have there's a really soft spot in my heart for those. He's in Big Fat Liar? He is in Big Fat Liar. Oh my God.
He's had a crazy career.
Yeah. Cool.
It's crazy. It's his acting is very understated, so it works really well for dry comedy, and then it can also work very well in good drama like this.
Yeah, no, he just has a really great range,
Yeah.
Well, it's because he has this and he has this great, he's a very interesting looking man. He's very fun. He's one of those people that's really fun just to watch on screen.
I mean, he looks very always contemplative.
Yeah, yeah, he just has a really just the way he kind of moves, and I don't know, I really enjoy him. And then
Haley Lou Richardson.
Yes, Haley Lou Richardson.
Who's also in After Yang and Z, some things that Kogonada has directed.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a season of White Lotus. She plays Casey in this.
I feel like, did we do a movie with her? Did we do Edge of 17 or did we just talk
We
about
have not done it. She's an Edge of 17?
Yeah, she's the best friend that dates
I've
the
never
bro.
seen.
Oh, yeah. She's opposite of Haley.
Okay. I saw a trailer with the movie with what's her name? Amelia.
That's a show. It's a spy thriller on Peacock.
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm. It looks cool. I added it to the watch list because I was like, there was something else I wanted to. I can't remember. Anyways, young. It seems like mainly in her early career, like unpregnant. It was a lot of coming of age stuff, kind of like what this is.
Makes sense, yeah.
Was kind of her. She has a new movie out on Netflix right now that I really want to watch called Good Luck, Have Fun, and Die, or Don't Die.
Okay.
It's an action comedy with Sam Rockwell. A man from the future arrives at a diner.
Oh, yeah.
Where he like gets a group of people to fight against an evil AI overlord thing.
You know who she looks like, and I was getting confused with, was Jodie Comer.
Who's that?
The blonde chick in Free Guy. She's the opposite. She's the one playing the game that falls in love, or has that Ryan Reynolds character falls in love with.
Yeah.
I think it's the cheekbones and the big eyes. The eyes and the cheekbones, yeah. Anyway, and then I just got 3 more, kind of just do quick shout outs for characters, because really this is, well, Parker Posey maybe a little bit more of an emphasis as a character. She has more screen time ish, I guess. I don't know. So we have Parker Posey, who plays Eleanor, who is Jin's father's assistant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And implied a Jin's first like love.
Mm-hmm. And she was an intern for his father.
Yeah, like this slightly older woman that he's always had an affinity for.
Okay, I just mean, how much older? Because they're talking about when he was 17, she was 20, and they don't finish that. I'm like,
yeah, I think she was in her 20s, and he was like still a teenager.
Like 25, 26, like is she 21? Like there's,
I don't know.
I feel like there's a big difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old having an attraction to her, and a 21-year-old versus a 17-year-old having an attraction to a 28-year-old, and how they definitely had some type of relationship.
No, they didn't.
That's what I was talking about. I was like, what is their relationship?
I think it was that. I think that he was just this young man smitten with this slightly older woman.
How casually he kissed her in that moment seemed like that wasn't the first kiss.
No, but you're saying they met when he was 17.
Yes.
And she's been around his entire life since then. So maybe that kiss happened when he was 20 and she was 26. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we don't actually, but I'm like, I feel like it started off as just like, an innocent schoolboy crush. His dad gets this 20-something-year-old assistant at 17.
Yeah.
Parker Posey.
And she's
Parker Posey at 24.
And
like,
she's
what do you mean?
In the house all the time now.
Yeah, and like Parker Posey at 24. Except, fuck yeah, I'd have a crush on her. Are you kidding me? Like, Dad, why? Like, why'd you bring her here? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was this weird. I think it was just kind of this long,
well, it was just
unrequited love thing.
Like, this is gonna get. I mean, it's not really a big thing of it because they don't actually go to it, which I was happy about. How she's asking what he feels about Casey, and he's like, for one, she's way too young. Like, and she's like 19 or something.
20, yeah.
Yeah. And he's what I would assume in his 40s in this movie.
I would say late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not like 48.
Do you know how old John Cho actually is?
No.
He's like in his mid 50s.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
That's not surprising to me.
Well, even like Parker Posey, I wouldn't even imagine is in her mid 50s, and she is. It's like they're actually almost the same age.
Yeah, but they're also like, even though I was looking at the clips of him in like White Castle and stuff, he really doesn't look that different.
No, he doesn't. He's aging so well.
And I think a lot of it too is I've noticed it's like a lot of the aging comes from the body type. Like if you look at like Russell Crowe, like him being kind of bigger just kind of makes you look a little older. I don't know what it is.
It's true.
And even then he looks like he's actually in pretty good shape for his age. And he seems like he's really fucking solid.
Are you talking about Russell Crowe or are you talking about John Cho?
Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Like what I'm saying is like I think he's still in good shape for his age and everything, but he just looks old.
He just has some extra weight on him.
Yeah, but dude looks fucking solid.
Like he likes to drink some beers.
Yeah, and lift weights in the garage.
Yeah.
Like, destroy my enemies. Kind of vibe.
So yeah, we got Parker Posey who plays Eleanor, and then we have Rory Culkin who plays Gabriel, who is friends with Casey.
Another kind of unrequited love story thing going on.
Like he clearly has a thing for her. He's a little bit older. He's a college student, I'm assuming.
I think it's reverse. I think she has a thing for him, and he's kind of aloof. But when she starts pulling back and hanging out with the other guy, that's you notice that.
Yeah.
That's when he starts asking about hanging out more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I think it kind of switched, because now she's also not saying romantically, but she is being distracted by Jin, and like a lot of her attention's going there. And I think that he's kind of feeling that
because he was the smart guy that she could talk to, and now she has another smart guy.
Yeah. Like he's starting to feel a type of way.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say too with the Parker Posey role, I was just as you were talking about, I was thinking it's actually crazy important that dialogue. Because of the fact that he is being so reflective about his relationship with his father, and she has been such a huge factor.
Yeah.
Like, and thinking about his youth, and you know what I mean? There's a lot, she adds actually a lot of really cool elements to what Jin is going through.
Yeah.
With trying to decide where, is he going to forgive and reconcile with his father? And now that he doesn't have the opportunity, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Well, then like that amazing moment when he's like, what am I supposed to just stay
here?
Yeah,
she goes,
wait till he dies, and she's like, or gets better.
Yeah, and both basically like, yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit here until something happens.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, Parker.
Fucking, that's it's really so real.
Yeah.
And then I got Michelle Forbes as Maria, who's Casey's mother, recovering drug addict, who sends Casey on her own wild journey of questioning what the fuck's happening type shit. But yeah. I guess you ready for some reviews, and we can really just break down everything.
Yeah.
It's got a 7.2 on IMDb, which is low in comparison to everything else. 96% tomato meter, so critics really on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then an 80% popcorn for audiences.
86?
80.
Oh, that's actually higher than I thought it'd be.
I mean, yeah, especially with seeing a 7.2 on IMDb. I think a 7.2 is a little bit more an accurate reflection, I feel like, how people would feel about this film.
And I could just see a lot of people watching this and finding it really boring and not making it through it.
Yeah, I can too.
Because if you look kind of on paper, it sounded interesting to me, but I could hear, like, I don't know, there's like two people stand around talking about architecture for 2 hours. And it's like, I'm good.
That's the crazy thing, is that when you put it on paper like that, it doesn't sound very interesting.
It doesn't.
But the way that it's executed, and that's the thing, is like it's a movie that visually pulls you in.
Oh yeah, I mean it made us want to go to Ohio, but
Well, I mean, I just want to go visit a town specifically for its architecture.
Dude, what if we hadn't found that out and what if we just went to Columbus, Ohio?
Oh,
we're like, this doesn't look anything like the movie. So David, a friend of the show, and we all watched this together, and we came to the idea to go to it.
Yeah.
And I'm now just thinking that would have been, oh man, I'm kind of...
We like booked a trip.
I'm kind of bummed.
To Columbus, Ohio.
I kind of wish that had happened. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
So yeah, it's Indiana, David, not Ohio.
He's probably rolling.
Oh, God. That's what we get. It's like, this movie is very also like visual storytelling.
Yes.
So...
do you want to do your reviews?
Yeah. I read a couple, so I just closed it. There it is. A Metacritic has an 89, comes at universal acclaim with a 26 positive and a 1 negative. I had 2 positive because I thought they were interesting ends of the spectrum. So the very first one was 100 at Variety with Geoff Brookshine.
Did you say Geoff?
Yeah.
What? Jeff.
Okay, sorry. The work text.
Oh.
The hypnotical paced drama carried by the serendipitous odd couple pairing of John and Haley is lovely and tender, making Kogonada as an auteur to watch. So basically, I like that one because it is when I first picked this through for my through line, that is kind of what intrigued me the most off the bat. I was like, oh, these two in this coming of age drama. Mm-hmm. Because of like mainly the age difference and the era that they were both in and how they started. Because I was thinking about her and her coming of age drama comedy thing, and then him with White Castle kind of was my first and then I don't remember him
But then
ever really doing a coming of age thing.
Well, then having it be an older man's coming of age type thing. Because
Yeah, opposite this young woman, and then especially then the fact that the next step was a Korean-born man in the middle of Columbus. You know, everything about it. So I thought that was an interesting review too, because that's what kind of attracted me to it. Another positive by Jonathan Romney, who gave it 100 at Screen Daily. And to what might have been an alienating, hard-edged setting, human warmth comes from some relatively muted performances. Brought that one up because the fact that the architecture, it does feel very alienating and hard, because it's like they're talking about architecture and that doesn't seem like there's really I would say for normies. Like architects are probably like, yeah, like it probably makes a lot of sense to someone that's in that world, but to someone that's not, I was like, I just thought that was an interesting point.
Well, I feel like what gets lost with architecture sometimes is that it is an art form that is actually, you know, it's a structure that someone is designing and building to speak and say something. Like there is
Sometimes.
Yes, I mean there is. I was about to say yes. There is your very generic, just build the architecture, like
Build a house.
Build a
an
house,
apartment building.
flood it out.
Yeah.
But then you have people like Ted Mosby, who's like, I wanted to say something, you know?
When it's like, you know, I've always literally liked architecture. That's one of the things I love most about Seattle is that you can walk through and just really, it's almost like time machines, you know, buildings, especially a city like Seattle where there are so many different eras. Like,
I mean, Portland's like that too.
yeah, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm using it for the context of like where
I
we live.
just like the districts of Portland just really popped in my head what you were talking about.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you go walk from Belltown, Pioneer Square, come up through Cap Hill, and then head over there towards Volunteer Park. It's like you can just see every era for the last 150 years, and it's just really interesting. And then the one, I had one that was kind of technically positive, but it's kind of below there, with a 78 at Austin Chronicle by Marjorie Baumgarten. Sorry, that totally butchered that, I think. Columbus avoids a sense of film geekiness by keeping our attention on the plights of two central characters. The city of Columbus may indeed be a locus for modernism, but the film named after it becomes a jumping off point for postmodernism. So that was an interesting point. And then the very last one by Inku King at The Wrap with a 60, with the mixed for the night, for the day. A minimalist film like Columbus depends mostly entirely on the shading of the characters and the depths of the performances. By that metric, it is too delicate a creature, tickling the piquing interest of fully thrusting into a realm of feelings.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think what's interesting is we were so taken aback by the architecture and the cinematography that the acting kind of like became quieted for us, but and not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, the acting is so subtle with what's going on and very real. Like her scene, like when they're having a cigarette above like the top of the car, and she's talking about how this is her favorite building. The very honest of like as she starts to cry and like, I don't want to talk about that, and then continues talking about the building, is so honest and so like it felt so natural. You know, a lot of their dialogue feels very natural in this. And what's interesting is how, because their dialogue is so natural and a lot of the shots are super like, there's no movement. They're very stagnant. Mm-hmm. It's like each shot itself is almost like a portrait.
Do you particularly remember a lot of music?
I remembered a little bit of music, but I saw that he specifically hired this music duo called Hammock, whose their music, they're like an indie rock band. And he wanted them specifically because of how they use emptiness in their sound design, is what he said, or something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking back on it. I don't really recall. I mean, I remember a couple scenes that had like really specific music, and I think I noticed it when she did her little dance thing.
Yeah,
and she turned on that song really loud. Then I kind of noticed. I was like, oh wait, I don't actually remember any songs.
It's a very quiet film because what it is, it's just you're alone with the architecture, and a great thing about this film was the empty space in the shots. like we were talking about this, like one of our favorite moments was, and also this goes to acting. It's just like how natural Casey is, Haley Lou Richardson, as she's pretty much, cooking eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this like long shot down the hallway. Or is she changing laundry? Whatever, she's doing something.
She's making coffee.
That's right, she's making coffee. And you see, it's like in the frame is this like out of focus like dresser, and you see kind of like the edge of it, and it goes down the hallway, and you just see there's all of this like clutter in it, and it goes all the way through, and you can see into the other room across the kitchen where she's making this coffee. And then it flips, and then we're a little bit closer with her, and now we're just looking down the opposite of the hallway, establishing more of it, and then it flips back again when her mom enters the scene. And I think there's only one other cut in there where you see her like maybe hit the coffee, or maybe you also see that's when you see the architectural like bubbles. Mm-hmm. It's just like it's
not, but it kind of feels like a one-shot movie.
Yeah.
Like a non-edit. It kind of has this non-edit. Obviously, it is edited.
Yeah.
Edited.
It's like such long, stagnant shots that require there to be action in the frame for it to bounce, but not bounce.
Well, and it's like I was saying too while we were watching it, it has that voyeurism to it, which I just thought was interesting. I was like, oh, this is definitely their thing.
Yeah.
Because of the fact of we're always so far away. Like I was the one that makes me, I thought was the one I noticed it starting was when he first gets to the hospital and we don't go into the room with them.
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting.
You don't ever actually see his father's face.
No, you see his body. You never see him entirely. And I just thought that was very interesting because in most movies we'd go in, because in that regard, we would have shown the father to try to get an emotional response from the audience of like, oh, the sickly old man and him having a moment with him. But then we find out through the story that they are estranged, and you kind of get that vibe from the very beginning. But when he starts talking about it, you obviously get more clarification. And that was just foreshadowing of that conversation. Mm-hmm. We are removed from the father just like Jin feels removed from his father.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's very interesting. He's always so far away. So it's like kind of us making,
Well, it's also the way that I feel our main characters feel too.
That's what I mean. It's like,
yeah. No, just not just Jin, but also Casey.
Yeah, Casey and the mother as well. Mm-hmm. And then that's an interesting juxtaposition too, because we see really intimate moments between mother and daughter.
Yeah. And to go back, so then we have Gabriel, and one of his big monologues that he has is talking about the difference of attention span and
interest,
and which is a great monologue to have this, and talk about that which scholar I forget that they're talking about, but how he's breaking him down is like a short attention span is not necessarily a thing of what you are doing or a cause of, like, people who play video games have a short attention span. He's like, no, they can have a big attention span because they are spending that attention span playing video games. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of interest that brings in what attention span what breadth mm-hmm. of attention span you can have, which I was like, which I've always catered to that like thought,
Yeah.
Because I do think it is kind of rude. I mean, it's kind of rude to be like, oh, you can't read a book, you don't have a good attention span, but you can play this video game. That means you definitely don't have a good attention span. You need all the blah, 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 to like keep you going. I'm like, no, I just like that more.
Yeah, it's just this idea of teaching one size fits all.
Exactly.
Well, and this movie just has some really a lot of like kind of really great lines.
Yeah,
like even Jin saying, you grow up around something and it feels like nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. That's a great line.
And is like, what's interesting with Gabriel's monologue is like talking about interest is we have Casey who has found herself just interested in architecture. She has an attention span for details of buildings.
Well,
she sees that buildings speak to her,
Yeah, you just get a good look at how someone gets into it.
Yeah.
Find an interest in a building, and then she's like, I went and saw this one thing, and it led to this next thing, and then I basically got an impromptu scholarship, but I feel like I can't because I'm scared about what will happen to mom.
Yeah. It's the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Which I totally, feel that. And then on top of that, it's like, it's interesting is like, I never really got from her perspective that she was interested in Jin in that way. I felt like it was kind of like she was living vicariously through him to meet his father, who she admired and looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
It was like through Jin, she was able to, learn about all of this architectural stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Is it ever actually stated? What did Jin go to school for architecture?
I don't remember there ever being a conversation about, like, you mean like, he wanted to be an architect and I didn't, and that's maybe why.
Something like that, yeah. Or if it was like forced upon him,
No.
it's just like he's in this world, he's gonna know stuff because it's what his father does.
Yeah.
Because the only thing we get about Jin's character for a job is that he translates texts from English to Korean, or the other way around. I can't remember. I mean, could probably is light flip.
Yeah. And that entire scene you're talking about with Gabriel, that's all on quotes on IMDb if you ever want to.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
You want to refresh it. So Jin, instead of, and it's also like kind of cool. Sometimes this kind of stuff bugs me. It really just depends on the context of it. But the fact that we get to know Jin really well in a lot of ways, but we don't in a lot of ways either. Like, So he was Korean born, but that's also from the IMDb thing. Because when he's talking,
they're from Korea. He's talking about. You remember the funeral, like when someone dies?
No. I know he lived in Korea, but they never specified where he was born.
I see what you're
specifically
saying. Like if he was born in Korea, if he was born
in America or whatever. Because even when they're talking about him living in Seoul and everything, she asks, "Oh, so how do you like Seoul?" It's almost like, so you've been living there for a while. What's it like? But it's like we don't ever really get to know like that. Like we never really get to know much of the background of, okay, did he move there with dad? Did he go on his own to get away from dad? Like
we don't even really get anything about mom.
No, you don't get shit about mom.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I don't know. Mom's not the issue.
No,
dad's the issue.
Still.
I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that mom was dead.
Yeah, same.
I got that vibe that she had passed away at some point. Because the fact that she never calls or how's your father or anything. But
I mean, that's a really good point. It's like, like we don't really get a lot of depth from Jin. We get a lot more depth from Casey.
You kind of get more depth of the present. You don't really get depth of the past.
Yeah.
And then you get a glimpse of the future, Yeah.
Because that's the thing, is that she decides to actually take up Jin on an offer. Like she's leaving with Eleanor. She's going to be Eleanor's assistant. Is that what it is? Or
I think she's
going to New Haven.
I think she's going to New Haven, and just like that's on the way because Eleanor was leaving anyway. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
That shit cracked me up
when she just started crying.
Oh god, that was awesome.
There's one of the most awkward moments, but very real, is like, Eleanor just first time meeting this young woman.
As far as we know, they haven't. They might have met in passing at some point, just from the time they spent together. But we're for sure.
And she's agreeing to take her to whatever architecture thing she's doing.
To the University of New Haven.
Yeah, and they're just sitting in the car, and Casey just breaks down in tears, sobbing.
Jin is just sitting in the back seat, just like. And that was also weird too, because then Eleanor, you think that Jin would put his, you just had to change a couple things. I think it would have been fine, but the fact that he's just sitting there, kind of like in his own little world, and she's like, and
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, like pats her. It's okay. Like, as far as we know, Eleanor doesn't know anything about the drug behavior. Like, this is this girl needs a ride to college. Sure, that's kind of random, but okay. I know you're friends with her, and then she gets the car and just starts sobbing. Like, what the?
Are you being forced?
Yeah, like Jin, like I don't know. It's just very odd.
But I mean, I think that was purposeful for the tension.
Yeah.
And
it felt very intentional.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like we didn't think. No, they thought about it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they wanted to happen.
Yeah. Because we essentially get like this, like when I say mild catharsis, Casey realizing that maybe her mother will be fine without her, that her mother may not relapse, that the reason why she's been acting all shady is because she is seeing another man and Casey's just tired of it, of the horrible men that she always sees. And maybe this guy is, and even Jen's like, have you met him? So you don't know if he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that your mom has a track record, but you can't immediately alienate him.
That was a cool like reveal too. I just felt like that was like the trail they set up was just to lead to a relapse story, and it was nice that it actually didn't.
Yeah.
But it still kept it in an issue of the past.
Yeah.
That is rearing its head, but it's not the drug thing. I just was like, oh, that's actually kind of refreshing. And
yeah,
because we were really all sitting there just kind of accepting the fact that she was strung out somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't. I personally, in the back of my head, was like when she was coming home, like early in the morning, I kept thinking to myself, I was like, this is addict behavior, but she doesn't look strung out. She doesn't look like addict behavior-ish. She's acting it, but she doesn't look it.
When what's her name again?
The actress?
Yeah.
Or the actress?
No, the daughter's character name.
Casey?
Casey. But then you have that like juxtaposition mirror moment when she walks in all strung out. And that's when I started kind of doubting it. Because I was like, the mom's too on top of it.
Yeah.
Like not in a way. Like just in a...
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, this feels... I was like, maybe it's not. Or maybe she's just... And then I was like, oh, maybe she's just really good at hiding it. Because some people are.
I mean, some people are. But I mean, once you relapse, I mean, it's just really like...
It just depends on how far down the hole you go, you know?
Yeah. It was that literally was bringing back memories of when I was in high school and watching my friend deal with his mom relapse on heroin.
Yeah.
And like being in the house when he found her stash and like how it was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah.
But that's the thing too, is this movie is so quiet, and what I really like about it, it feels very methodical. Mm-hmm. It feels very, very thought out, but also very methodical and thought out, but very natural too. It's like it feels like they knew exactly what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it in the story. You know, it just felt like, okay, everything just fits perfectly in this thing. And a lot of the time, over methodicalness can make it feel very produced, and you know, can take the intentionalness of it can then make it feel unorganic. Yeah, and this just didn't do that.
I think it's also like, because I think what Kogonada understood was that all of his intention was tied together in a bow. You know, like everything aided into the theme. Into the spine of everything.
Yeah, and this is actually one of those movies where not having a real ending really works.
Yeah, the almost no catharsis. The catharsis we get of Casey leaving is one, but then we got like kind of an anti-catharsis for Jin, who's forced to stay, and he's doing a month-to-month lease, waiting just to see what happens with Dad. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, too. It's like, you know, you don't really get much past. You get really present of the present, and then you kind of get a little glimpse of what the future is going to hold.
It's kind of like, it's one of this, it's like, in a sense of thinking about architecture and buildings, is they're built, they're there, and they just exist until, you know, like, it's just like, they're so stagnant in their spot, saying something if you notice it. You can look at the building, acknowledge it, try to have the conversation with it, or just keep going. Mm-hmm. And this film, it feels very stagnant like that, but very beautiful.
I really wish I need to rewatch it. I want to remember what they were having this conversation about, the lines and trying to figure it out.
Oh, what his dad said.
Yeah, and then by the time he found out what the building was, I had forgotten that conversation.
No, I love it. He's like, no, this is what my father's talking about, and if it wasn't, then I'd like to believe it.
Yeah, like he's like, and that's
like making a definitive statement like this. I'm gonna just believe this.
Well, it's like it's like it's a weird way of like almost like taking control of this kind of unknown situation that he finds himself in. Yeah, he's just like, you know what, this is the narrative I'm gonna choose to put on this thing, whether it's true or not, because also he may never get a chance to get the explanation. Yeah, so we're just gonna say this is it.
Exactly.
something I can just put a period on, something a book I can close. This is what it's about. I was like, oh, that's what I mean. Very, very, everything was very intentional. The dialogues, the shots, everything was very just like, okay. Or at least, again, I'm not him and I'm not talking to him, but from the perspective of this particular audience member, it felt very like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And just also, I've come to realize what my kind of movie is. It's this kind of thing. Very dialogue driven and cinematography driven. Like if I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, same fucking thing. A lot of dialogue, everything very intentional. Every shot, every frame, there was a thing behind it. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. I mean, one of my favorite movies ever is Coffee and Cigarettes, and that's literally just people talking.
Which one is that one?
That's a bunch of like different. It's just people having conversations over coffee and cigarettes. You know, like it's like Tom Waits and Iggy Pop.
Okay.
Are sitting in a diner talking about how they don't like each other's music.
That's funny.
It was really cool. And always, I just don't get it. You know, it's a great movie. But it has a bunch of actors. And it's just black and white and just fucking people talking.
Oh, it's black and white. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's describing it feels so pretentious, and it probably is in a lot of ways. But,
it sounds like it, yeah.
But I watched it like at 20, you know,
when you were all into coffee.
I get it, man. You don't. I actually haven't watched it in years.
All right, Rick. All right, what do you want to give the movie?
I would say a 4.5. I mean, okay. I kind of want to give it a 5, but that seems kind of crazy. It needs to feel like that maybe doesn't deserve that.
I think this movie is very beautiful. It is very moving. It is very good. Very intentional in what you were saying.
I think a 4.5 or a 4, mainly because weirdly enough, for how much I liked it, I kind of started forgetting it pretty immediately.
I was going to say, it's not very memorable. Actually.
It didn't stick with me like other movies, like, like Legs, I Kick You, Moonlight, And I think it's because it's so quiet and understated, because nothing really does happen. It's just two people just trying to work some shit out.
Figure out life.
Yeah. Just kind of really like finding therapy and catharsis and just talking with someone about the things.
How he kind of encourages her to like
not paying.
encourage her to actually, pursue the stuff that she clearly has a passion for. When she calls him out on the bridge is kind of like the beginning of his like, oh, I needed someone to fucking say that to me, Yeah. And even him making that pass with Eleanor and her being like, I need to go. There's things that he needs to figure out to move on from, but he's going to have to figure that out while stuck here.
Yeah.
And she can go be free type thing. But again, it's like, and also it's kind of hard you got to like really dig into it to kind of get some of it as well.
Yeah, and I want to throw out there too, like I really want to give Parker Posey for, well, we kind of talked about it when we watched it, but she's just really great.
Yeah.
And she always has these little kind of side, sometimes they're funny, sometimes, I was talking about like Superman and.
Well, I mean, she got her big
Blade
breaks
3.
through comedy.
Yeah, but she always has, but even like I was just thinking about, she has that, Jin is just being he's kind of reverted back to this kind of teenager 20, fuck him, kind of, I'm angry kind of thing. And Eleanor's just kind of standing there with this, like, you're an adult now. Like, and she has that line where she's like, you don't want him to die alone. Yeah. And he's like, I don't. He like kind of with like attitude. And she's like, no, you don't. Like she's like, I get that you're angry.
Yeah.
But he's your dad. You don't, I promise you, you're not going to want him to die alone.
Yeah.
That's going to, like basically like, that's going to really fuck with you later.
You're going to live with that.
You don't want to do that, Yeah. And it's like, again, it's just like this great moment, like that entire moment of them outside by the bridge that they were talking about and by the water and having that moment. You're like, I'd really listen to her, dude.
Yeah.
And also it's like at the end of the day too, yeah, your relationship with the same person is very different. She knows your father really fucking well at this point. So if you're looking for some kind of catharsis in which to talk to your father, she's your best bet.
True. Yeah.
She's the person you need to talk to about all this shit and that you need to listen to. So yeah, I mean, I would say a 4 or 5.
I was feeling around a 4, but I could say yes for a 4 or 5 if you really like the 4 or 5?
I'm okay with a 4. I think a 4 works because it just it's really, really good. Is it perfect? I don't know. What is a perfect movie?
Moonlight's up there.
Yeah.
Fury Road is up there.
That's crazy. That's a weird sentence.
In my opinion, The Shining is up there.
Oh, yeah. I saw a cool video about that, too. The Shining randomly.
Yeah?
Yeah, that whole scene with Shelley talking about the abuse. And then when he's at the bar talking about that was 3 fucking years ago. And you're like, oh, shit. Because at first moment, you're thinking they're talking about the same instance. You're like, oh, wait.
Nope.
And second thought, no. And her being like, she hasn't touched alcohol in like 3 months or whatever it was. You're like,
Anyway.
Interesting. I do really want to watch that if you want to have a watching of that.
Shining?
I haven't watched it forever.
Well, I got to stay quiet through it. Like, did you know in this scene?
Oh. Did you know that he broke his toe?
Exactly.
Yeah, so 4.
Yeah, I'm done with
I
that.
don't have a pen. So that is a 4. So what's your through line?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do After Yang.
After Yang?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out. Once
It's
you said
based on a
AI
novel. Yeah, so this is like their AI assistant disappears, and it's their family trying to figure out how to function, essentially.
What's that? Oh, interesting.
It has Colin Farrell.
I see that.
Yeah. It has
You
really...
fuck. I forgot you said it's A24.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. So who is it again? It was
Jack Black to Kristen Bell.
All right, we'll do that next time.
Continue that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. That's it.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
Our link trees are on there. And on our
Spotify,
link tree has all the places you can find our links.
Apple iTunes, or Apple Podcast, whatever it is.
Apple Core. That was episode 293 with Columbus, which we gave a 4 out of 5. Highly recommend for anyone that likes slow, quiet
movies.
dialogue drama. Dialogue
visually captivating.
Yeah.
Understatedly visually captivating.
Yeah. And then join us next week for After Yang.
Hell yeah.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy Jacob's Mixtape.
Mixtape.